Okay, so this is the first lesson, chapter 1, section 1, and it's about mathematical operation, computation and numbers, right? Everyone knows mathematical operations. That's just a big way of saying addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Those are our basic mathematical operations. So before we continue, you have to ensure that you know how to use these four basic operations. If you do not, then we would have to go through it one at a time. But if you do, then we can continue because here at this level, we have to be able to identify when we have to use, because you're not gonna get a simple 5 + 1 is 6, right? You're not gonna get simple sums like that. They're going to be couched in language and word problems and so on. And you have to know, okay, well, this would require division, this would require multiplication, this would require addition, this would require subtraction, right? So depending on how you do with the problems that follow, we can see if we need to do some remedial work on addition or your subtraction, multiplication, or division, the basic mathematical operations. Now, addition is used when we are putting on more of something, right? So if Jane has $5 and her mom bought 3 more for her, how many dollars does she have now? We are putting on more dollars. So that is addition. So addition is used when we are getting or when we are putting on more of something. Some words that would indicate that we have to add are all together, sum, total. Those are 3 words that would indicate that we have to add. Subtraction is the opposite of addition. Here we are removing something. So some words that would mean that we ought to subtract are less, make it less, minus, difference. Let's look at Jane with her $5 that she initially had. Now, Jane decided to give her friend 2 of her dollars, right? How much did Jane remain with? So we know that's a subtraction because now she has 5 minus 2. She has 2 less dollars because she gave her friend Sally, let's call her friend Sally, $2, right? So she has 5 minus 2, which is $3. That's when we do subtraction. Multiplication refers to adding groups. So it's like addition, but in groups of a number. So some words that would mean multiply are product and of. So let's go back to Jane with her dollars, right? Now, Jane has $5, right? She has $5. Let's say she has them in boxes of 5, right? So she has $5 in a box. And she has 4 such boxes. So $5 in one box, and she has 4 such boxes. So she has $4, 4 boxes, with $5 in them each. How many dolls does she have? That's $5 by 4 boxes. 5 by 4, $20 altogether, right? That's adding groups of the same number. The same number was 5 because the boxes each had 5 of these dolls. And how many dolls does she have altogether? 5 by the 4 boxes that she has these $5 in. 5 by 4 is 20. That's what multiplication is. Division refers to subtracting groups of the same number. So it's the opposite of multiplication. Some words that would mean divide are contained in cut up pieces. So guess what? We are going back to Jane with her doll, right? So let's say Jane had 5 boxes and she had $25 altogether. So there are 5 boxes, $25 altogether. right? Each box has 5, right? So how do I know each box has 5? Because there are 5 boxes and she has 25 in all. So if each box has the same amount, 25 divided by 5 boxes would be $5. So let me say that again. So she has $25 altogether and 5 boxes. Each box has the same number of doors. How many doors are in each box? That would be the question. How many doors are in each box? So each box will have 25 divided by 5, which is $5 in each box. Right? So that's how we can find out if we have the entire amount, and we have to find out how much in each. Once they are the same, we could do a division, right? So let's look at example 1. Example 1 says a tray holds 36 eggs and Paul has 17 such trays. How many eggs does he have? So if he has 17 trays and each one of those trays has 36 eggs, that's a multiplication sum. 36 by 17, and we do our little calculation, is 612. So he has 612 eggs altogether. Again, we're not going through with how we do multiplication and addition and subtraction at this point, but based on how you do your exercise, then I would know if additional help would be needed with those, right? So we're not using calculator at this point in time. Everything that we're doing at this point in time would be done with a working column, and I would like to see the working in your working column, right? Okay, and let's look at the second example. The second example says a matchbox holds 48 matches. How many matchboxes are needed to hold 1,104 matches? So we have the entire number, 1,104 matches. And each box has 48 matches. How many boxes do you have? That's a division, because we have the whole picture, the full picture. That's 1,104. That's the entire picture. And we know we have 48 matches in each box. So 1,104 divided by 48 will give me how many matches I would need, right? So I did my little short division on the side here. 104 divided by 48, and I got 23. Right? If you need some help with your division, multiplication, addition, subtraction, you just let me know, and we would go through it together, right? One thing I want you to observe as well is that I put statements. Number of matches in the box, that's 48 matches. The total number of matches, 1,104. Now, laying out your information helps you to see it better, to understand where to go next, right? So I laid out my information, and the next thing I want to point out is that my information is neatly laid out, all my equal signs under each other. That might seem like it's not important, but it is. When you do your math very neatly in an orderly fashion, you get to see it better. So I'm encouraging you, as we go through this course, to have neat work so that we can do it easily. That's what math is. Math is order, logic, right? So you need to have some order in the way you put your work to understand it even better, right? So therefore, the number of boxes needed, we have to divide 1,104 divided by 48 with in our column, 23 match boxes. So now you can do exercise 1A, numbers 8, 9, and 10. And in your book. Now, again, as I said, we are not using the calculator, so I would like to see how you would have arrived at the different answers, right? And of course, as usual, anything you need to ask, feel free.